to the sky. What is it? Is it a bird?
Is it a plane?
It's a UFO. Run for your lives. It's time for UFO. Yes or no?
Control room, we have my God, it's landing right on top of us.
It is. It's landed right on top of us. All right, UFO, yes or no. Today we have 4 stories, and luckily we've got more video to go along with these stories as well. Now there's one on our Facebook page from a couple weeks ago we did, where we actually had a listener contact us and send us their UFO video. It was very cool and definitely very strange. These are some ones we picked up at other places. Val is going to start off with a high strangeness case file number 001 for RFN.
All right. After this one, our stories have documentation behind them, whether multiple sources, multiple witnesses, all of that. But this one is kind of, is something that might not have that evidence, but was still strange and fun. So in 2019, a U.S. Customs and Border Protection aircraft flying over the Gulf of Mexico reportedly encountered a mysterious dark object unlike any conventional aircraft. The object was described as cube-shaped or box-like and appeared to maneuver in ways that puzzled the crew. It reportedly passed close enough to trigger concern before disappearing from view. The incident later became public through investigative reporting and was cited by journalists covering military UAP encounters. The Gulf incident gained additional attention because it involved trained government air crews operating sophisticated surveillance equipment rather than casual eyewitnesses. Although no official explanation has been released, investigators have suggested possibilities ranging from advanced drones to sensor anomalies, while others argue the object's reported performance deserves further study.
All right. The next one we have is the USS Omaha, and this incident is called the Swarm. It happened over the Pacific Ocean in 2019, and this is another military story. So when you get them like this, and they involve the military, it adds some creepy credence to it, I think, and legitimacy. One of the most fascinating Navy encounters occurred in 2019 when the USS Omaha recorded multiple unidentified objects surrounding the ship off the coast of California. Night vision footage released years later shows glowing objects moving near the vessel before one appears to descend directly into the ocean without any visible splash or explosion. The event became especially intriguing because Navy personnel reportedly tracked numerous unknown contacts simultaneously over several nights. Despite extensive searches afterwards, officials found no wreckage above or below the water or evidence of a conventional craft entering the water. The incident is considered one of the better documented military UAP cases from the last decade. And we do have video on this one. And this one, I believe, is taking place, if I have it right, let's just go ahead and start it. This one is taking place.
Omaha, Picnic Kid, Rockville.
This is on the bridge of the ship, and you're going to see in the picture, he's doing it on his cell phone, but it's on the bridge of the Omaha, and he's just filming the screen. You can clearly see the dark blob because it's a heat signature of the UFO, just a little bit above the ocean, really close off the side of the ship.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell from the video that they're tracking it. It's got, the X marks through it where they've got it centered in the middle of that.
Mark bearing range.
Tracking it precisely.
So when you hear them say splash right there, they're not meaning that it hit the water. They're just saying it went into the water, and they said splash, splash, mark bearing. Freaky.
Right. What I find interesting about so many of the water sightings that they've had about them entering the water, they will see them entering the water and then exiting, where it's apparent that they must have been going at least 200 miles an hour through the water. And for that alone to happen is like, nothing that's ever been seen. So, without evidently, crashing upon impact and then coming out the other side, and pretty wild.
It makes you wonder how they could do that because of the friction and stuff, and there's lots of theories whether they have technology like our scientists have said, we would need to travel at the speed of light. You need to be able to put a bubble around you, like basically being in the inside of a black hole, so that you could move at the speed of light. And it makes you wonder if they have that technology, because we see so many sightings. They move so fast. They make turns, like the ones the military pilots were going over a couple years ago in front of the Senate. Their maneuvering is so fast it would shatter a human body. So there's got to be something going on there. All right. It's back to you, Val, off to Puerto Rico.
All right. This was at Aguadilla Airport in Puerto Rico in 2013. Shortly after taking off from Rafael Hernandez Airport in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, a U.S. Customs aircraft captured infrared footage of an unidentified object flying at low altitude over the airport before continuing across land and out over the ocean. The object appeared to maintain high speed while showing no obvious wings or exhaust plume. Researchers have spent years analyzing the thermal video. Some claim it demonstrates extraordinary flight characteristics, including the apparent ability to split into two objects before entering the water. Skeptics argue the footage may instead show a more ordinary object combined with optical effects from the infrared camera. Regardless of interpretation, it remains one of the most analyzed UAP videos ever released.
So I have a video of this one, too. I'll go ahead and get the camera switched and roll it over. This one has no audio, so don't be afraid to talk over it. I know it was kind of hard on the last one. So this is, again, from Puerto Rico. Now, if you're watching online with us, you can see that I'm guessing this is from some kind of aircraft. It's obviously military with all the numbers and gauges on it. But it's scanning around looking for it, and in just a couple seconds, it's going to lock onto it. This was a huge object, and I mean, at least from the perspective that you can see on the video here, it was quite large and moving very, very fast around the airport, and they didn't know what it was. That's trippy as well. Yeah, and
they said it was a U.S. Customs aircraft, so that's probably why you see the instrumentation that you do on the panel. So, but yeah, I mean, it's going so fast you can't even lock on it, really.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep up with it, but they can't lock on it, so.
Wow. And that was 2013, so that's well before drones had even really become a thing.
Right, right. And it just, you can just see the land beneath. It's a pretty wild video.
All right. Our last story is called the Falcon Lake Incident, and this one is very interesting. Val found this. It goes back to May 20th, 1967, one of the oldest documented cases out of Manitoba, Canada, and Canada's most famous, I don't want to call it abduction, but encounter story. Stefan McCulloch, an amateur geologist, was prospecting near Falcon Lake when he claimed two glowing cigar-shaped craft descended nearby. According to his account, one landed on a rocky outcrop while the other hovered overhead before departing. Curious, McCulloch approached the landed object and reported hearing mechanical sounds and smelling sulfur. When he touched its smooth exterior, it was hot enough to burn his glove. And then seconds later, the craft allegedly rotated, revealing a grid-like vent that blasted him with hot air or some kind of gas before it took off. McCulloch later developed burns across his chest in a distinctive grid pattern matching the vent's layout. Royal Canadian Mounted Police and multiple government agencies investigated this case, but never reached a definitive conclusion. To this day, Falcon Lake remains Canada's best documented and most debated close encounter report. Evidence gathered included the medical records documenting the unusual burns, burned clothing examined by investigators. There was multiple official investigations, and possible explanations were an industrial accident, a hoax, radiation exposure, or something entirely unknown, which is cool. Now, more than 50 years later, no explanation has satisfied everyone on that one. All right.
Wow.
I do have, from 1967, let's show this. There is a picture of Stefan and a drawing he did of the UFO. So,
and that's kind of what we think of as a more typical UFO shape. the ones that you see depicted on, all of the merchandise and everything that they do around grays and stuff. So that's more of that typical shape.
Even though the story quotes him as saying it was cigar shaped, that's kind of cigar shaped, but it is also a saucer shaped cigar too, with a top. So,
right. Yeah, it is. At least from his picture, from this old photo, it definitely looks more saucer shaped. But
almost like every UFO you've ever seen from the 60s.
Right. Yeah. So if they advance that much, and are we dealing with different alien races? Right.
Yeah. I think it was curious that they were saying they're cigar shaped, because that is one of the most common UFO shapes that we have, or the military calling them pill shaped, that kind of stuff. So
right. Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs.
It's kind of Tic Tacs. Yeah.
Well, we talked some UFO. Should we play a UFO song?
Well, I think we should.
Okay.
Spielberg says, "Come buy a ticket. The truth might just sink in. The popcorn's hot, the lights go dim. It's disclosure day. Will the humans win? Then the age of disclosure shows serious folks with serious faces. Everyone whispering they've got spacecraft parked in secret places. Congress shrugs, the internet screams, red strings replacing everybody's dreams. Every week there's something flying, every week another blur. Half the world says it's aliens, the other half says probably a bird. Disclosure's always next Tuesday. Circle it again, six-pointed thing. Crystal potato, silver space balls dropping in. Everybody's got a camera, nobody gets focus right. We've got 8K televisions, but we're filming like it's 1995. Hey, beam me up, or at least explain the weather. If aliens are really watching, they've picked a weird time altogether. Colorado found a crystal potato hanging where potatoes shouldn't be. Australia captured mysterious space balls, completely normal, apparently. Well, when City looked up, what in blimey was that overhead? Half said visitors, half said a drone. One bloke blamed his neighbor Fred. Somebody's uncle's cousin's barber swears he knows a guy in black. Funny how disclosure's coming, but it's always next week. Are we under attack? Nigel says, "Oh, do stop waving blurry mobile phone videos at me. I am a vastly superior artificial intelligence. I have examined every alleged UFO sighting from the last 80 years. 43% are balloons, 27% are drones, 19% are Venus, 11% are Kevin from Birmingham after 3 pints. As for the actual aliens, they're probably circling Earth with the doors locked and pretending nobody's home." Disclosure's always next Tuesday. Same old story, different spin. Every week another witness. Every week this time we're letting them in. Six-pointed mystery, crystal potato, silver space balls from the sky. Meanwhile, somebody spots Bigfoot driving past in a UFO. Why? Scott says,
"I saw them over Chihuahua. This isn't a game. I saw them 3 times, and they were never the same. Never the same."
Nigel says, "If they are observing humanity, they're only here for the calamity. Hey, if aliens finally introduce themselves, they'll probably look around and say, actually, We'll come back after your next election, okay? Then they'll pull a U-turn, hit warp speed, and leave us with another blurry video we really don't need.